Welcome once again to this week's edition of An Irritable Person's Weekly Mailbag, during which I will read to you everything you could have read for yourself Monday through Friday on my Substack, Ask an Irritable Person. Monday. Dear Irritable Person, I'm a middle-aged man, divorced, and thinking of making a career change. Actually, I've been thinking of making a career change since 3 years before my divorce, and I've been divorced for 5 years. I'm a bit stuck. But that's not what I wanted your advice about. I have this friend who I talk with about this whole career change decision. He doesn't tell me what to do or give me advice. I have other friends who do that. I don't mind, I just ignore them. No, what this friend does is worse. He asks me questions like, why do you want to make a change? And what would you miss about your job if you left it? And when you think about one path and then the other, which gives you more joy? It's like the motherfucker is trying to trick me into making a decision. It's gotten to the point where I don't even want to see his stupid face anymore, but we're friends at work, and I don't want to have to quit my job. So what am I supposed to do? Sincerely, Trapped. Dear Trapped, I suggest you turn the tables and try to convince your friend that he's the one who should quit his job and start a new career. That way, you won't have to make a decision about changing careers, and you won't have to deal with your friend anymore. Which sounds like what you really want, am I right? When I have a big decision to make, what I usually do is not make it. Personally, I find it reassuring to have a long-standing dilemma that I can't, or more accurately refuse, to solve. I find it soothing, almost hypnotic, to rub away at it year after year until I've smoothed it down into a precious little gem. And then you know what I do with it? I hold it tight. Releasing it would be unthinkable, like losing part of myself. It's the same for you, I'm sure. Who would you be if you weren't the guy who was wondering if you should change careers? Who would I be if I weren't hoarding my grievances against my best friend from first grade? What's his name? You described yourself pretty succinctly at the beginning of your letter. Middle-aged, divorced, thinking about a career change. If you actually made a career change, or decided once and for all to stay in your current career, you'd be sawing away one of the 3 legs of your stool of identity. You'd topple over, or at least become dangerously and eternally unbalanced. Finding a solution is no solution. Be the problem. Live the problem. Nurture the problem. Sincerely, Irritable Person. Tuesday. Dear Irritable Person, like you, I spend a lot of time alone. Fortunately, I have excellent Wi-Fi. However, I've come to fear that I've left my digital back gate unlocked and dripping with honey, and as a result, the metaphorical wolf is no longer merely at my door, but deep inside my subterranean passages. Let me explain. I know that when I consume internet content, the algorithm will send back more content similar to what I just searched for. For instance, if I order t-shirts online, I know I'll get more online ads imploring me to buy more t-shirts. It's an invasion of privacy, and it's creepy. The algorithm knows what I'm thinking. But I accepted it as the price of admission to the internet. But recently, I clicked on a questionable link out of sick curiosity, and ever since, I've been inundated with ads and emails trying to get me to click on links to new photos of 9/11 jumpers. Fuck you, algorithm. I gave in to my inner sicko once, but that doesn't make me a 9/11 fetishist, does it? How can I get the algorithm to stop sending this shit to me? Or is the algorithm God, and this is my punishment? Sincerely, Feeling Dirty. Dear Dirty, the algorithm might as well be God, and yes, this is your punishment. I hate it when people answer their own questions. It makes me feel less smart. The algorithm is like a haunted house. It sees everything. It knows what scares you. It knows what turns you on. It knows your worst fantasies and sickest thoughts. And it exists to hoover all of them up and then amplify them and blast them back to dig up the worst possible you. There is only one remedy. Don't click on the negative shit. It's sweetness and light from here on out. Happy thoughts, everyone. Not just online, offline too, because those two realms, forgive the expression, bleed into each other. This is referred to in recovery circles, or at least so I've been told, as acting as if. Act as if you have love in your heart and only want to hear the best about everyone. Do not give in to your base instincts. Henceforth, you are allowed to bookmark only 2 sites, Eine Garden and Bluey. If you need to know anything else, ask an old person, IRL. Will you be less informed? What makes you think you're so well informed now? Do you know what bicameral legislature means? I didn't think so. I give you this advice in the certainty that very few of you will be able to stick to it, but those of you who do will experience freedom from joy-curdling spam. So as usual, it's up to you, you miserable, self-lacerating bastards. Sincerely, Irritable Person. Wednesday. Dear Irritable Person, I am an ICE officer, and for that reason I have to be careful not to identify myself in public, as it would lead people to discover that I am also a proud white supremacist. I have several white supremacist social media accounts, and I blog and post on white supremacy websites frequently. It is very frustrating to have to keep my true self hidden behind a mask and hide my name behind black tape. And don't get me started on having to cover up all the white power tattoos. You don't know what discomfort is until you've had to wear long sleeves in summer underneath dozens of pounds of body armor. Unless your duty station is CCOT or Alligator Alcatraz, I suppose. I know many of my colleagues in law enforcement, who are all very fine people, feel the same way. Do you think the day is coming soon when we can be out and proud about our racist beliefs without facing repercussions at work? Sincerely, Anonymous. Dear Anonymous, my mission with this column, if there is any point to it at all, is to help everyone in this country, every single American, realize that they have undiagnosed mental health issues. In that spirit, thank you for your letter. I feel you have furthered that mission. I'm wondering how many of you there are in law enforcement, but of course even one is too many. Regarding your question, there's no day like today. Please immediately and publicly identify yourself, as well as all your fascist, fascist adjacent, and fascist curious friends. How will we ever know how many of you are Nazis otherwise? Sincerely, Irritable Person. Thursday. Dear Irritable Person, on January 19th of this year, I was a mid-level lawyer in the Justice Department, working on patents and shit like that. I was very buttoned up and white collar. I would never curse in public or in print like I just did, but I'm a changed man now. The past 6 months have turned me into a real badass wise guy. Come the new administration, I was transferred out of patents and into a department where they needed all the manpower they could get. No, not immigration, DEI, or rather, as we now call it, anti-DEI. It took a while for me to make the transition. As a patent lawyer, I never threatened anyone. At worst, I would turn down their patent application, and always in the most formal way possible. But here at Anti-DEI, they partnered me with a guy from Justice's Criminal Division. Our new beat was a change for him too, in a way. He had threatened criminals before to get them to confess or plead out. But before this gig, both of us used to think of university presidents as the good guys, so putting them in the box and sweating them was a little awkward at first. Nowadays, though, I got my pitch down cold. Me and my partner, we double team them. How you doing, my partner says. We pretty much ignore whatever they say. And then I tells them, we're from Maine Justice. Nice university you got here, Four Eyes. It'd be a shame if anything happened to it. I love the new me. I don't wait meekly in line anymore. I jump the freaking line. And if anyone gives me trouble, I tell them I'm from Justice. I love saying that. I'm from Justice. And I flash my badge. It's not a government badge. They don't give lawyers badges. I picked mine up from a costume shop. But no one questions me. Since I grew my new tood, I haven't had to pay for so much as a cup of coffee. No one bosses me around anymore, except my bosses. Every morning I come down the stairs and snap at my wife. Where's my damn breakfast? She's considering divorce. I'm considering fixing myself up with a Gumar, but I'm not sure how to spell it. I'm Episcopalian. I forget now what I was thinking I should write you. I'm pretty fucking awesome. What do I need advice from you for? Just forget about it. Sincerely, the man. Dear man, you don't know it yet, but you've already peaked. Have you ever watched Goodfellas all the way through to the end? How about chess? You ever played chess? With a sociopath? President Soprano's favorite move is to sacrifice pawns, so I'd start keeping contemporaneous notes if I were you. You'll need them when you're seeking a plea deal with the next iteration of the Justice Department. I hope. Sincerely, Irritable Person. Friday. Dear Irritable Person, I come from a long line of ordinary white people. My father, and his father before him, and all their ancestors back to, well, the cavemen, I guess, have all been unremarkable people, unblemished by either talent or intelligence. And yet they have also been very successful, building a good life for themselves and their families, a bounty inspired by an unfounded sense of their own superiority and created for them by the labor of others. Thanks, foreigners! Sadly, that fine tradition seems to have ended with my generation. I had some hope that things might change for the better once my guy was sworn in, but I've seen absolutely no uptick in my personal fortunes. All I see is the price of everything going up and looking to go up more, and I am still overworked and underpaid. What is wrong with this country? Is something broken so badly that no billionaire authoritarian, no matter how well-intentioned, can fix it for mediocre white men like me? Sincerely, Downtrodden. Dear Downtrodden, yep, you've been snookered. The price of everything was going to come down on day one, right? Haha. The tariffs just got locked in today, so prices are going to go up even higher, and your job opportunities are going to shrink as businesses contract and pass their higher costs on to you. What you need is a jobs program and some new skills that will help you get a good job with a decent wage in the modern economy. I don't see that on your horizon, but have fun with the culture wars and watching ICE agents play pin the tail on the gardener at Home Depot parking lots. As far as what you or anyone can do about it, why don't you try more of the same thing we've been doing since 2016? Vote the bums out and replace them with the next set of bums. Then wait 4 years and vote those bums out and replace them with the first set of bums. Rinse and repeat until we finally elect Bernie president at the ripe young age of 98. Sincerely, Irritable Person. And that's it for this week's mailbag. Look for Irritable Person's weekly catch-up audio mailbag every Sunday. And follow the daily column, Ask an Irritable Person, every Monday through Friday on Substack. Or subscribe. It's free and virtually certain to remain so for the foreseeable future.